Good evening to you all, our dear viewers. I hope you're having a wonderful time from whichever part of Uganda or Africa that you're watching us from. Thank you for always watching Smart 24 TV and welcome to Women in Business. So this show is going to be bringing you different women regardless of age or business expertise, and we shall be sharing knowledge and information about our journeys in business. We're going to talk about topics that affect us as women in business and also talk about the opportunities that are there for the women that we may not be aware of. My name is Margaret Nachiganda and this is Women in Business. Once again, welcome to this show, and we appreciate that you're still with us. This beautiful place that we are at today is called Coffee City. It's located here in Intinda, just right after UNEB, and we appreciate Coffee City for this beautiful and delicious coffee served to us. So today on Women in Business, we are going to talk about a topic that so many people underestimate, but it is very important. But before we do that, let me introduce the beautiful ladies with me today. On my left, please introduce yourself to us.
My name is Sheila Gabriela Aiterize. I'm the proprietor of Zunga with Sheila and currently working with Uganda Wildlife Authority. I also co-found Malakai Foundation. Yes, and I'm glad to be here.
We are glad to have you too. So, our guest.
Okay, my name is Mayo Akila Mbogo. I'm a business executive at a certain company.
Wow, so at least we know we are in the right hands, because so many of us women, as much as we spend so much time working hard, hustling, we need some fun. We have someone from Tours and Travels as well as a business executive. So today we are going to talk about a topic that is very important to us. We are going to talk about mentorship and role models. A mentor or a role model, these are two different things. Just that many of us we mix things up, but we are going to get to know the difference today. Who do you think a mentor is in your perspective?
A mentor is someone you look up to, someone who is motivating to you, someone who gives you the energy to do whatever you're doing in a certain field. That's what I think.
Well, in my view, a mentor is a person that gives you guidance, yes, a person that will keep you rolling, that will give you the daily motivation you need to keep thriving in whichever business you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you, but I would just love to simplify this definition for someone out there that doesn't want to overcomplicate things. In my view, I think a mentor is someone who has been through the journey that you plan to undertake,
True,
right?
true.
Yeah, this is someone that has been there. They know what it takes to be there. They know the hurdles that you're going to come across, and they are willing to help you take on this journey.
True.
Yeah.
But do you know that a mentor also can be someone who has not been there but has watched another person do it in a certain way?
And I don't think that person is fit to be your mentor. I feel like if you're going to mentor me, you have to you don't just have to have the knowledge. You must know what it's like to go through that. You get? That's what I feel like a mentor should be. Do you have a mentor?
Yes, I have a mentor, and that's my sister. She usually tells me, you know what, Wakila, you don't need to relax. A woman is supposed to work hard. Please don't quit. She tells me that. But then, for the same case, a mentor may be a role model.
We won't disagree with that, but first, help us understand who a role model is, because you're telling us a mentor can be a role model. Who is a role model? Someone out there may not be well conversant with the word.
A role model is a person you look up to, someone that you would want to be like. For example, someone there may want to be like, may want to be like a business executive or a business person or a CEO. But then there is that person she looks at, or someone who has already been there, like a CEO. For example, she's a CEO. Someone may be looking at her and she would suit to be a role model.
But you realize in most cases, the people we have as role models, we haven't met these people. In most cases, our role models are people we see from afar and we feel like, I want to get there. But we don't really know the journey.
I personally think a mentor is someone that you have a one-on-one interaction daily, someone that you sit down with every day, and you know you'll tell them ABCD is happening in my life. This is how I am working on a daily, and maybe they'll advise you on what to do and what not to do. Rather,
A
you
role
not,
model?
yes, a role model being someone you look up to. Basically, now like me, my role model is Lucy Bunyenyezi, but I've never met her. I only follow her on Instagram and I look at what she does.
So Lucy, who is Lucy? What does she do? Is it in the same line of business like you are? And what is that one trait that you so much admire about Lucy?
I love Lucy's work. Of everything I love about her, I love her work. She's a media personality, an actress, a vlogger, and she loves touring. Oh my goodness. Everything on her Instagram is about different countries, different places, different culture. And one day, or maybe on the normal now that is there, that when I grow up, I want to be like her. Because she really inspires me. She gets me the grip to travel. And I really love that about her. But she is becoming my role model at an expense that we've never met.
We haven't met most of our role models.
Rather than my mentor that every day, maybe if by any chance I get a mix-up, I'll call and be like, you know what, ABCD is happening. And she'll come in concurrently to advise me.
Meaning a role model can be someone you look at afar.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
My role model is actually a male. I am a female, and this is Women in Business, but my role model is a male. And I felt so disappointed when my role model left the industry in which I admired him. Let me just speak him out. My role model used to be Joel Senyonyi. So I felt so heartbroken when he left media for politics. You get? So I feel like as much as we admire these people, they have so much effect on us. How far should one go towards imitating what their role models do, or like putting all their belief in that person, because we get disappointed?
Okay, you've talked about imitating, but do you know most people out there, once they realize that such and such is a role model or is my role model, they end up copying whatever they do.
I think
the
that's,
walking style.
that is what it's supposed to be.
No,
if I
no, no,
admire
no,
you,
not
I
really.
want to
Not
be like
really.
you.
Do you know
Not
a role
really.
model can have disadvantages too?
Yeah, just
A
like
role
I
model
spoke,
can
I
have
felt heartbroken.
Falls too, but it's not necessarily that you need to imitate or copy whatever she does. For example, women, we usually love modeling.
Yeah.
Then your role model happens to be a model, or happens to be an artist. And then the walking style, the talking and everything, you end up copying it, which is not okay.
So
which is
in
not
brief,
good to me.
if you want to be better people in business, you need to just copy that particular trait that attracted you to that
Yes,
person.
than something
For
else.
instance, what trait attracted you to your role model? That's if you have any.
I don't have a role model currently because I had one, but then when I looked at her, we were totally so different people, and I felt I couldn't just catch up to where she is now.
You know, the challenge is when we tend to believe that we have role models and maybe they're everything that we need, we tend now to leave ourselves and do things that we shouldn't do. Gority, you and I are very different people.
Yes, we are.
Very different. Your likes are not my likes. Your strategies on how you handle work are not my strategies on how I handle work. Probably you're an Alibada, you like doing everything on the dot, and that has worked out for you very well. But on the other hand, the moment I put all my focus on you, I may fail to realize that what I need to thrive in business isn't what you always do. Never know, if I try the early birding and, keeping work on the dot all the time, it won't work for me. It will actually put me down. So I think what we should really get on the grip is we should know who we are. That is the first step.
Okay.
Know who you are and know that you're very different from your role model. Let your role model be an additive to you.
Yes.
Let them only add an impact of maybe 20% that she keeps me going. I'll want to get there someday.
I disagree with you because there is a famous quote I usually read, I think, every day.
Please.
It says that if you want to be the person you want to be, you must be willing to lose the person that you are right now. So if, just like she said, she doesn't have a role model anymore because the person who has her role model was so different from her. But you would grow into the person that can be that person.
Gertie, that's what I'm saying, is that the current trend of generation that we are in right now, once you realize that Paul is my role model, I'll want to do everything that he does, the walking style, the dressing style, how he eats.
That's the essence of having a role
No,
model.
no.
You may find that maybe the clothes he puts on are much expensive and you can't afford that at that moment.
Exactly.
So
That's
you don't
where-
need to copy whatever he does.
The moment you copy everything that your role model does, I believe you're bound to fail. Let them be an extra inspiration to you, rather not you imitating. You're trying to live their life, forgetting you have your own life to live.
Forgetting you're different.
So
You're
in
very
other words,
different.
in other words, a role model is something we can do without. You think so? Or it is something that people shouldn't tie themselves so much on?
No, they should, because they keep you going. If you look at someone who suffered and then made it in future, you have to.
The most
Inspirational
important,
movies.
I believe the most important thing about this is know who you are, know what you want to be and where you're going. Let that be the center point of view. Your role model will come in later. I believe that a role model, a mentor has a greater impact on you than a role model does.
That's
Yeah.
right. Because a mentor is on ground with you.
Thank
a
you.
mentor is
And-
someone that you have a relationship with.
And you can talk to him or her physically than a role model.
You know, some mentors, I feel like there is someone who said that when someone mentors you and they feel like you're going to do better than them, they start reducing on the amount of,
That's
knowledge that
right.
they give to you.
More so with the Africans. We don't want to see someone who is better than us. Okay? Someone you've taught, someone you've seen, someone you've mentored. Once they grow or once they develop, there is some jealousy that you get. So you end up putting them down.
But that drives you back to what kind of relationship you have with the mentor.
In most cases, we meet mentors who are total strangers to us.
Thank
For
you.
example, you're going to go into, let me say, like you're doing business. Let me say you open up a shop, and then you're going to look at the people around with similar shops maybe doing better, and you're going to want them to be your mentors. So how do you build that relationship without
See.
making it so personal?
With the current emerging competition that has always been there, obviously, once you surpass someone, a person might feel overaged or something like that. And that is not something that we would want to go to. Reason as to why I'm saying keep your relationship with your mentor professional as possible is to avoid all these other things of competition. Let them tell you about what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do in business, rather than you opening out everything you have to the mentor. Like, oh, I'm being great, is my mentor, let me go and talk to her. Maybe she can know about my family problems. Maybe she can know about my, dating life. No.
You know, a challenge
Okay.
that so many young women, I don't know about the old women, I haven't been there, but that so many young women face is that you go into the workplace, in the workforce, and then most of the people are males. So someone is going to mentor you, but then they're going to want to make it like so personal. So at some point, you don't want to break off the personal part because you want help in the other sphere.
For that case, I agree with her. Women, we are, should I say weak?
No,
But
we are not weak.
We don't live there anymore.
We are
But-
emotional beings.
Okay, a mentor to you may end up being your lover. And
In business,
yes, and I don't think we should really go to that side. As a woman, you have to be very strong, leave alone the emotional part, and continue with that relationship, that work relationship with your mentor. Don't
And-
don't overgo ahead. Don't tell him anything about your personal life that you say love. Because for the case of women, I may have a mentor, a male mentor, and then I talk to him every day, then he starts developing feelings and everything.
sometimes
I end
they're
up
not even feelings, they're just,
maybe lust,
yeah.
and I end up leaving everything. And at the end of it all, the business will fall. At the end of it all, I'll leave everything and maybe concentrate on the other side, which is not the case. So as a mentor, please let's keep that relationship work related.
And you've spoken about strength, women being strong. I hate the fact that African women have been labeled strong, and the strength in Africa means being able to kugumira in naku. You get? So someone out there is going to be like, my mentor is making these advances, but I want this, so I'm going to be strong for this.
No.
And that will force them to
It
kind of
shouldn't
hold
be
in
that
there.
way. I believe it shouldn't be that way. We've taken the whole African trend thing of I have to be
Violence, marriage,
persistent and all
everything.
those things
Submissiveness.
to a whole, submissiveness to a whole another level, which is not right. You as a woman, it starts with you. And I think let this be the message to all women who want to start business. Do your thing. It's your thing. And let nobody put you down. Like, if at all the person, moreover, so is not financing your business, is not, paying rent for your business to thrive, nothing. Why would you let an extra person, it doesn't matter whether it is a man or a woman, but why would you let an extra person put down what you've started?
Because I'm seeking knowledge and I feel like they have been
No.
there, so I so much desperately need this.
It's high time we learned how to deal away with the stereotyping of an African woman is supposed to be submissive, is supposed to bear everything that comes along with.
Do you know submissiveness can come in a way that I have a male mentor. I don't want to use the word sugar daddy,
Please.
but I may have a male mentor and he's willing to finance my business, And whenever I watch the Women in Business show with Goretti, I get that passion of starting up a business. And then you've talked about mentorship. I'll go to that man of mine, that sugar daddy in quotes, and I'll ask for money. He's very willing to finance everything. But then at the end of the day, you know what I'll give in.
Yeah.
So how do you advise on that?
Now let me tell you.
You've told me I shouldn't be submissive, but then
Let me give you a brief.
he's giving me capital.
Let me give you a brief something on how I started Zunga with Sheila. After this, actually, I learned this from Anne Kansime. One time she said, if you're a lady and you have a phone, we believe that with the phone, it automatically has data, like most of the times you are having data. Let that be your primary capital.
Your phone.
Let that be your primary capital. I'm in tours and travel. I didn't start with 10 cars. I didn't start with brandings. I didn't start with anything. I started with my phone.
Networking using technology.
And data. Yeah. Post those pictures, get on Instagram, follow and interact. Let that be your first capital. You do not need money. All these others come in later on. A sugar daddy is going to give you money, but at the end of it all, you're going to have to pay back.
And speaking of using your mobile phone, which most of us have at least in the urban areas, how do you advise someone out there who is seeking out a mentor online? Because right now, it is, the world is such, it's just in our hands right now. You can get anything from your mobile phone. So most of us find ourselves spending so much time with our phones more than with people. Are there any mentors online that you listen to and you're like, when I'm stuck here, I'm going to go and look out for this financial literacy mentor and listen to that one? Are there any?
Yes, there are mentors online. There is a page on Facebook called The Money Engineer. The Money Engineer is all about how you can handle your finances and cash. But most of us, we read it or we go there and visit the page, we look at everything, and at the end of the day, there is a way you change. Instead of buying this, maybe I'll use the money, let me add some capital in this, you get something like that.
Speaking about financial discipline, that has reminded me about Flavia Tomasime, my other mentor.
I listen to her so much. She's such a good one.
She taught me something. Okay, she normally runs those classes. I don't know if they're still open. They're called the Centonomy classes. Centonomy classes teach you how to manage your finances, how to manage your daily budgets, how to manage your accountabilities. So with the little you have, trust me, you can start and be something big. It does not require you to have 5 million to start up something.
So in other words, these beautiful ladies are telling us that we need to embrace technology, ICT. There is so much resource online. You know, you can even have a mentor that you've never met.
Yeah.
I think we need to scrap this notion that a mentor should be close to you and all that, because just like you said, I also listen to Flavia Tumsime so much, and I have learned so much from her, and I can tell you that she is mentoring me as regards to money, planning for your life, you know, such things. So I think internet is something we need to make very good use of. We're soon coming to taking a break for this show, but we are still talking about mentors and role models. Our guests have shared with us their role models, their mentors, and before we go in for this short break, briefly tell us, what would you expect from your mentor? What kind of knowledge, what kind of guidance would you expect to receive from these people?
First of all, a mentor should be able to tell me the do's and don'ts in a certain business. He should be able to guide me in regards to leadership, how to handle the workers, how to handle certain risks, and then how to communicate. Communication skills is a very, very key in business. So a mentor should be able to guide me in terms of communication skills, in terms of leadership, in terms of risk management, and many more other things.
Communication skills, what do you mean? Because so many women are going to come up to you and say, I am shy. You know?
Yes.
I've met so many women who can barely express themselves. But that is an aspect that we all need as regards to business. What do you think someone can do to enhance their communication before they even get a mentor? Maybe right now, just be their mentor for just 1 minute.
In each and every business, you need to leave the shyness. You need to drop the shyness. You need to be confident. Confidence doesn't mean expressing yourself, but confidence in this case means how do you approach such a certain situation or a person. For example, a person may come to you. Yes, you work in a tours and travel business, but then I've come, I want to travel, what, but then I can't express myself. That's so bad. You need to work on it.
Exactly. So as we go in for this short break, let me just leave this amazing line with you. Someone said that as long as you have confidence, you can conquer everything in this world. Because when you're speaking from a point of confidence and knowledge, even if you're lying to someone, they're going to feel like you're telling the truth.
Yes.
So confidence, equip yourself with confidence, learn how to communicate with the people that you need to communicate
Maintain
with.
eye contact.
Okay, let's go in for this short break, and when we come back, Sheila is going to tell us about eye contact and how important it is in the communication journey.